Hey, good morning. Welcome to Pep Talk TJE. Another episode. This one is. So what I want to try to do is discuss a little bit about. I kind of don't have no fluidity and no structure for this. I just want to kind of talk about it in broad stance, and then just have a real outlook, a real outlook on how it actually look, in my opinion. And that's relationships, the dating pool, so on, in all capacities. So first thing I would like to say is that the dating pool is pretty wild, I would say. Kind of wacky. I think the most important thing in the dating pool, I would say, is to be direct and know what to expect as far as what you're willing to accept. And I know in a lot of cases right now, people are just kind of trying to play roles to fit in. When I say that, I mean like if a woman see a man that's successful, or for a man, on the other hand, if a man see a woman successful, either way, they like to mirror things that they think the person likes, or in a lot of cases they monitor, research, and watch people to see things that they like to see, if they can be able to get them to feel like, get the atmosphere to feel like that they have something in common. So that's another curveball right there in the dating game, and starting relationships and all that type of stuff that you got to watch out for. So, I mean, honestly, if you're looking to build, you have to be very careful, because a lot of people aren't looking to build. Like they say, I'm not here for a long time, I'm here for a fun time. So some people are just in the dating pool to have fun. And you kind of gotta open the lines of communication up to figure out, what a person is really looking for. You gotta know what you're looking for, and don't compromise on your demands or your standards, regardless of who don't like it, or whatever may be the case. So I'm currently not in the dating pool because I'm not ready. For one, for two, I don't like the pool right now, and for three, I'm a builder. So I'm not dating for temporary pleasures, or to have fun. I'm at an age now where I don't had a lot of fun in my life before. I don't did a lot of things. So now I was just making sure that I, put myself in a good position where I can find somebody who has like-minded goals, standards, philosophies, and it's difficult because people can, like I said, mirror or placate to what they think that you're looking for. So sometimes it's good to just listen and not speak as much. And the other person might be offended, especially if they want to run some G on you, they're going to be offended. But more than likely, if it's somebody who genuinely want to get to know you, genuinely want to date, or generally want to get in a situation where they can put themselves in a position where they can think about building with you, they'll be okay with it, because they're probably thinking the same thing. So Not saying not to conversate or communicate, but be careful what you're saying or how you could be giving out too much information, TMI, to somebody who may not have the best intentions for you. So that's what makes it very perplexing in the dating scene, that majority of the time people have different ways of seeing it and different of what they want. I just think it's not smart if you're not being honest first off with yourself, and then being honest with the person who you date and let them know what you want. Now, you can't help it, because I've had this situation happen to me in the past. If we have had discussions and we said what this is, if your feelings change over a course of time and mine don't, and I told you what it was, then that's a totally different situation. Because that can easily happen on either hand. In either hand, it could be the woman or it could be the man. I've had that happen to me before, where we thought we had an understanding about what this was, and some people just feel as though they can change your mind, or they can make you do something that you never intended, and then try to make you be the bad person when what they thought was going to happen didn't turn out the way that they wanted it to. Now you the bad person. Now you playing games and all that. But if you know in your heart that you was honest from the gate, and the person just gets overly emotional and wants to try to change the dynamics of what y'all got going on, then that's on them at the end of the day. There's nothing really you can do about that. And I understand that feelings do, when you're being physical with people, when you're spending time with people, feelings can change. And if it's mutual, great. Y'all had that conversation. But if it's not mutual, if that person not ready for that, or they just want to have fun with you, and they kind of let that be known, you can't get upset about that. I mean, it may sting, it may hurt, but you can't make somebody be something that you want them to be if that's not what they want. So I think that's one of the main things, is to kind of have those lines of communication and be open and honest. Open and honest is the best thing, So that's first off, because you'll be able to kind of split the wheat from the tare. When I say wheat from the tare, I mean the people who have good intentions with you to the people that have bad intentions for you, or people who just trying to use you, or who have an agenda. When it fits, it fits. You may be in a situation where you really not looking for nothing serious, and that person not looking for nothing serious. So hey, it fits. If it fits with y'all, it fits. But I think the not really discussing that type of thing, and just trying to get into something, especially if it's physical, and y'all haven't had no type of understanding or nothing, y'all haven't spoke and kind of let each other know how y'all feel about that. I think that's where you run into a lot of problems at. And then it starts to be, once a woman or man gets burnt in that way, as far as their feelings, then they look for ways to try to just see what they can get up out of the situation. They try to use other people going forward in the dating pool. And then you got people who in relationships start in the dating pool. So, and of course they're not going to be upfront in a lot of cases. Some of them are P's, woman or man, and they are upfront, and it's up to you if you're going to accept it or not. I can't knock nobody. If a person keep being honest with you and telling you what it is, and you thinking in your mind or that you're going to do this to them, and you're going to make them feel a certain type of way, you're going to change the logistics of exactly about what they told you, then that's you getting yourself caught up in going down a rabbit hole. But if the person was honest with you and told you what it was, and you took it, you got upset because it didn't turn out the way that you wanted to, or something like that, that's kind of on you. We got to be accountable for that type of stuff. And the problem is today, when people get in their emotions, they don't want to be accountable no more. They're only accountable to how they feel. They're not accountable to accepting what the understanding was. They're accountable to, I don't feel that way now. I feel like you did this to me, so now I got to react off of that. And that's a lot of problems. So, if you ain't ready for no chaos, if you got true intentions and a pure heart and you're genuine, don't just dive up in no dating pool out of desperation, because it's not the place for you. You gotta kind of be picky. For one, don't compromise your standards or your morals because it's because you are alone at this time. Whether you're alone by choice or you're alone out of fear or whatever may be the case. Don't compromise your standards or your morals out of desperation, because that hand never gonna turn out good. Because just like dogs can smell fear, or like they say, dogs can taste blood, they sense blood and all that type of stuff, another person can sense desperation. They can sense it, and they will exploit it. I'd rather for me to have standards than a person to say I'm asking for too much or I'm being a hardball than for me to be easy to play with. So if me having standards eliminates you, I'm all good with it. I would rather have standards and build a form of a line of people that are willing to meet the standards and that have standards of their own than for me to just flow like the wind and have my standards get stumped on and moved around and pushed, drawn from where I want them to be, just to say that I've dealt with this person or I've had this experience. It ain't worth all of that. So, I mean, me personally, I'm already a loner, so I'm not affected by spending time with myself. I actually enjoy it. So, I can't feel threatened by because I'm alone at this time or I'm not spending time with nobody or nothing like that, because I actually enjoy my time I spend. And that's about me getting to know myself and loving myself through ups and downs, through flaws, through strengths, whatever it may be. So that would be something that that I would say. Another thing is perspective. When I say perspective, I mean like there's a couple different conversations I want to have in this. The first is the my type conversation. A lot of people have what you call quote unquote my type. And a lot of times they types don't yield them any results. And when I say results, it don't end well with they types. But they have a fun time and they're seeking it through their eyes of pleasure. And that's a distinction, because it's a difference between dating or looking for a relationship in the eyes of pleasure and dating and looking for a relationship in the eyes of purpose. It's a very strong and distinct line between those. And that's something I had to learn for myself. And now my eyes are set on the right thing and I'm not accepting anything lower than that. And that's not saying that somebody has to be perfect. I don't want to get that out there, because I'm not perfect. Nobody is perfect. But my line is higher than a lot of people, because I ain't accepting no BS. And I'm not wasting my time with nobody no more. So I'm there because of things I went through. But at the same time, I'm going to make sure I put myself in a position to be successful in all aspects. So I think that's something to focus on, is the my type conversation, and to really take an honest and perspective look at that and be accountable when it needs to be. The next thing is dating out of pleasure or purpose. There's a true distinction. And lastly, but you can say first, is being open and honest in a conversation with yourself and also with whoever it is that you who is a prospective candidate in the dating pool for you. I think if you add all those things up and be honest with yourself, you will be in a place where you will know exactly what you're looking for, and you will know when it's not that. And you will save yourself heartache, heartbreak, wasted time, and being in a situation where you having ties with people that are never meant to be beneficial for you in the future. So I just pretty much wanted to jot on this for a minute. Like I said, I do this one time a week. Just want to discuss something. There's so many ways you can go on that, but I didn't want to drag on for too long in this time, but I did want to drop that. So getting into the dating pool, starting a relationship, whatever it may be, realizing if you are a builder or are you somebody who's just looking to have fun, that's a big distinction right there too then. So protect your hearts, protect your minds. Don't ever give up on love. Just make sure that you not putting yourself in a situation that can't be sustained. Y'all be blessed. It's another episode from TJE Pep Talk. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.